Good morning. Hi everybody. Sanibonani. Welcome to my channel. Igama lami Uthando Mdletshe, and on this channel siyasibuke ama reality shows ethu ala eMzansi bese siza la sokhuluma ngawo lama shows. Senze ama reviews or ama recaps bese siyaphinda futhi sikhuluma nga any other issues avukayo mangabe lama shows sesiwabukile ku TV. Siyaphinda ke futhi sikhulume ngama celebrities kanye nama YouTubers ethu ala eMzansi. If it's your first time joining us today, ungakhohlwa ukuthi upress usubscribe button la ngezansi kanye notification bell ukuze phela uthole umyalezo mangabe umsebenzi omusha sesiwufakile. Guys, there's a join button for those who want to be members on this channel. There's a thanks button for those who want to give money to the channel. And thank you so much for watching our adverts agule channel. Okay guys, today we are going to talk about Uthando nesthembu season 6 episode 6, but we are only going to talk about scene the one that they were finishing up from last week. Is scene where they are finding out ukuthi Sne is pregnant. You guys, I'm still going to do a full review. Like I said, Izola wasn't able to get the watch the episode last night. That's why I wasn't able to do the live review, but I'm hoping that later on today I will be able to do a live and we can talk about everything that happened in this episode. But I really want to talk in detail about this scene, you guys. Okay, so on this scene, it ended with Mdletshe finding out from Sne because she had heard from somebody that Sne is pregnant. So she was asking her, "What is Sne? Are you really pregnant?" And obviously, Sne from last week's episode, she starts by denying ukuthi she's pregnant. You know, she doesn't understand what Umamkhulu is talking about. But eventually, I mean, obviously, if you're pregnant, it's an opportunity for you to reveal. It would not make sense for Sne to deny that until the end. Or obviously, it's an opportunity. You know, when you're pregnant, you know, I'm sure partly she had that feeling. You go, okay, let me just tell Mdletshe, honestly, I am pregnant. Mdletshe is shocked. I don't know, you guys, because Sne does look pregnant. Now that they mention it, she does look pregnant. I don't know how they were missing it. She's pregnant. And because now we are bonagala. And yeah, and obviously it doesn't sound like it's something that she is proud of. But at the same time, Sne akakwazi ukukhuluma kahle, because in a situation like that, obviously you're already in trouble. You've done something that already disappoints your parent. There's a way to speak. So I don't feel like utrenelikile kahle ukuthi ukhuluma kanjani nomuntu omdala, especially being in that situation le akuyona, you guys. There's a big part of me that really is feeling like, you know what, Sne, it is her fault that she's at a place where she is, obviously, because she has put herself in a worse position right now, because she's dealing with a lot in her life that she could be sorting out. The last thing she needs is the pregnancy. So I do feel like it's her fault that she is in the position that she's in right now, and I feel like she needs to step up and answer questions that Mdletshe have and that Ubawake has as well, in terms of like her pregnancy. Who are you pregnant by? What's the plan now moving forward? Those questions she has to answer, because at the end of the day, she is an adult. Even though I do feel for her, because it is she is fearing that uzoxoshwa ekhaya if her father finds out ukuthi she is pregnant. Of course, the next question for Mdletshe is, so who is the father of the baby? Because they want to know ukuthi ukhulele sobani. Remember ukuthi last season there was a scene where Ubaba Mselegu wanted to meet Usiya, who is ubaba kaThando noSamkelo, which now has been cleared, because that's what Mdletshe said, Baba wabo both, and he had made some promises, because it sounded like was mis-selling Sne and all of that. But I think at the time he did say, did he have a job but it wasn't paying much, or he did not have a job? The struggle was just in Mali at that time, but he had plans to take Sne as his wife, to marry Sne basically. But I also just feel like Sne getting married, I mean, there's a lot of growing up that Sne still needed to do. I didn't feel like there was something that needed to even talked about at that time. There were so many other things that needed to be sorted, you guys. So, and then Sne says, you know what, makhohlwa indaba kaSiya kade sahlukana nayo. But at the same time, she's not saying who the father of the baby is. Akasho ukuthi ubani ubaba wengane kahle kahle. You know, it's not Usiya who is it, okay? So uyabuza kumacele ukuthi, so what happened to Siya, because phela Siya was here talking to your father about having intentions ngawe and all that. What happened to that? Usne is like, listen, khohlwa into endala, let bygones be bygones, macele. The Usne sometimes, listen, I love Usne, but sometimes she's like, listen, umjolo masuphelile nawe, you know that thing yokuthi if you are dating somebody and then you broke up with them, but your family just refuses to break up with the person in their hearts, in their hearts. My mother is like that with abakhwenyana and whatever. you know she goes through her own breakup uma ngabe umuntu angaseyena umkhwenyana, that's the thing. So it was like, mamkhulu, listen, what's done is done, the mjolo is finished. And I don't think that Usne expected ukuthi uMacele is going to tell Umusa right there and there, Number one, you guys, obviously she's very afraid of a reaction ka baba wakhe. One of the things she's afraid of is her ending up not having a home. And I think number two is the fact that there's cameras there, you guys. Like I said, it did look like she really didn't expect to reveal a pregnancy on camera, and one of our viewers said it did look like an ambush. I think the whole thing, it is an ambush, because she wasn't ready to tell her parents, but she also, I don't think that she was ready to do it on camera, you guys, but she is doing it on camera. It's like ufosekile now to do it on camera. So now they're asking her about the father of the baby, all of those things now she's expected to reveal on camera. So I also don't think that she wanted that conversation to take place that day with her father, but at the same time I don't feel like she had a choice, because Umacele also felt like she's not gonna withhold that information from Umusa. Umusa has to know immediately. I guess in the past, Umacele has gotten into trouble with keeping things from Umusa when it comes to Sne. She feels like she's not going to deal with it alone this time. If something is happening, she's going to tell Ulokuzana Umusa immediately. The time she finds out something, she's going to tell Ulokuzana. Umusa. Okay. The story as far as Usia is concerned is that Usia was bullying to her. Usia didn't want her to stay at home. He would call all the time, and she felt like umxabanisa nefamily yakhe. And remember, she would leave all the time. Ahambe kamseli ayohlala no baba Usia, and it almost felt to us as viewers like Usne akafuna ukuhlala ekhaya. I guess part of that was the fact that she says ukuthi Usia didn't want her ukuthi ahlale ekhaya, behlezi emfonela njalo, hlezi efuna ukuthi abe seduze kwakhe. She felt like it was the relationship was a bullying relationship. Okay, so she made up her mind, she doesn't love him anymore, it's over. Now the question is, who is the new one? Nobody knows yet, because she hasn't said she hasn't revealed to ban. I guess you guys, she just has a new boyfriend that, I guess I told you mhlawumbe lapha eMzumbe, because usehlala eMzumbe, and I don't know, guys, I don't know if they're going to reveal it. I don't mind if they don't even reveal it, you guys, because I don't even think Usne is getting paid to do the show, and she's the one that is revealing everything about her life at this point. So then Umacele is like, you know what, because she was crying at some point, guys. I think it's just the pressure, you guys. I don't think that her feelings were hurt in any way. I think it's the pressure and the feeling of, okay, I have disappointed the only person that really wanted me to do well in life, that has been there for me. And when that person is facing you with disappointment, you cannot be emotional about that. I think that was the emotion. She walks out to Sne because I think she's getting upset about the fact that Umacele wants to tell her father, and she wants to tell her father right there and there, And so she calls Ulokuzana. Umselegu uyangena. I guess he was somewhere outside or something. Uyangena, and then uyamtshela ukuthi, no, I just came here to check on Usne. And then I asked her, because there are rumors zokuthi Usne is pregnant, and then I asked her, and she says she is pregnant, and Umselegu is like, you must be joking. Like any other parent, you guys, I don't think there's anybody empilweni kaSne who expected that she would have another child. I think they thought we are prevented. I think they thought valile ukuzala because maybe she learned her lesson with the second child. and also her being at home, which before she was never at home, you remember. Now she was more at home, so I think everybody was sort of feeling like Usne is working on things, she's getting things better for herself. So I don't think that a lot of them expected that she's going to fall pregnant, so it's not making sense to them. So Mseleko, obviously he's shocked and he was hoping what it's all a joke, but it wasn't. He does explain umseleko to say ukuthi he does have an issue in terms of makufaneke axabane nosne or makufaneke athethise usne, because there is the issue of her having been molested as a child and being molested by somebody who was a family member. Uthi umseleko umfana wala ekhaya. So he feels like a lot of the times it's hard for her to deal with her because of that, because they do feel like, I like that he admitted, because they do feel like they let her down in that way. They were not able to protect her, even though he didn't put it that way. But I did feel like he was taking accountability some when he said that it was because we let her down somehow, as sikwazi ukumvikela, so we put it on our shoulders ukuthi part of the reason her life is the way that it is because of what happened to her. I really felt like it was big for Mselegu to admit that, to actually say it, and it's great to hear. And it's one of the things that I wish Usne would hear all the time. That is acknowledged. Yes, we're not happy about your life. We're not happy with the decisions that you're taking, and you do need to step up and change your life and do something with your life. But we do acknowledge that we see that what happened to you was partly caused by some of the things that happened in your childhood. Guys, childhood can mess you up, the childhood can mess you up. That's why I can hear people saying Usne is slow, something is wrong with Usne mentally and all of that, zonke lezo zinto lezo. And that might be true, but we just need to keep in mind ukuthi there is this big thing that did happen to her. So they call Usne, and obviously they're asking her, "Ukuthi indaba, okay, so bantu babengane and all that." Usne is not talking now because she's emotional, she's crying. And I wished, honestly, I do understand that she's emotional because she has disappointed her parent, but I wish that she would just step up in that moment and just sit there with her father and be able to say, yes, I am pregnant, who this is, who the father is. It's almost like she has done something that adults do, but she is a child. And so she's reacting like a child when she's pregnant with that third child. I wish she could sit there and say, yes, I am pregnant. This is the person that is the father of the baby. And I am sorry. I'm sorry I disappointed you, Dad. I'm sorry I disappointed you. Everybody has to take accountability for what they've done. We do understand what has happened to you, but take accountability and just be able to face your father, and also be able to say, I understand that what I've done right now has disappointed you, especially to Mdletshe, and also to Umosa, and say, I have disappointed you. I understand. I am sorry. And this is my plan moving forward to make sure that I take care of what is to come. That is my responsibility, and also talk about who the father is and what their plan is. I wish that she had adulted a little bit more in that moment. And that's a thing I think that they're having a struggle with, because Usne is an adult, but in a lot of the moments she doesn't act like an adult. So that's why even they end up treating her like a child. I need Usne to like step up. I know it's difficult for her to do it, but I would love to see her just step up and be like, listen, I messed up. This pregnancy was not supposed to happen. I am sorry that I've disappointed my parents, but I do have a plan on what to do with this issue now. Okay. And one thing that is very sad about this situation, Gasne, is that it always goes back to the fact that Usne doesn't have a home, you guys. Usne doesn't have a home. Like nginekhaya, khona ekhaya la ngikhulele khona. Like if anything gets tough, I go back home. Sometimes I just go back home for a weekend because I just wanna feel at home. I wanna see my mom. I wanna eat ukudla kwasekhaya. I wanna sleep embhedeni kwasekhaya. Leso smell sasekhaya nje. Even if things didn't go well for me, I can always go home. There's that place where I can always go home, and people would can ask questions, why are you home, and I might not even answer the questions on of why I'm home. They would just accept the fact that ngisekhaya ngaleso sikhathi, because maybe I'm feeling like I just need to be home. Everybody needs that, you guys. It's very hard when you don't have that. I don't think Usne has that, you guys. I don't think she has that, because khona kamacele kamayeni kama khumalo kamangwabe, imuphi umuzi we usine is when la khona la engekaxoshwe khona, like ekhaya mina ngamukho umuntu ongangixosha ekhaya athi phuma uhambe ekhaya. No, I can live ekhaya if it's there's a need for me to go ngiyohlala ekhaya. Everybody needs that place. Iyiphi indawo that usine angathi isekhaya lana. And I think with usine, whatever issue that happens to her, it always goes back to uzohlala lapho usine. And that is a thing, guys, that I feel like it's unfair, because honestly uzohlala, because obviously her mother died before she could build her a home. Because even if you are a rebellious child and you are a most disappointing child that there ever was, but you still should have a home, a place that you can go back to. Ukuthi mabemxosha umacele nobani, she can go back there, but she doesn't have that place. So uyabuza umsele ukuthi usine uzohlalaphi. Umacele is like, uzohlala kanjani ngoba usine ukubo la. Remember, usine usemzumbe emzini kamacele, because umacele doesn't live emzumbe, uhlala elokhuzeni. Bathini sesipark. So now uthi umacele, where is she gonna go? Where is she gonna go? Abuyele komalume wakhe kabani, kaShibe, I think kaShibe. Kashibe abuyele kaShibe komalume wakhe. What if nabo bayamxosha? Phela usine wahlawulwa ngithi, and then officially ke wathathwa umseleko. Now if ebuyisela komalume wakhe, what if komalume wakhe bathi hayibo phela usine nawo wakamseleko wahlawulwa? What was the reason kanti yokuthi ahlawulwe? So I feel bad for the fact that she doesn't have that place that she can say, indlu kamama le, I'm not going anywhere, no matter how bad I am, but umuzi kama wami lona nami angindawo, akanayo leyo ndawo leyo usine. And that in itself can affect a person. So buza umacele is more like ukubo nje usine, so sizomshonisaphi. But at the same time nomacele uyasho ukuthi, what, when it comes to usine, I've done all that I can. I've done all that I can to help her. I feel like I'm done now. I'm at the end nami of whatever it is. Ngiphelelwe as far as usine is concerned. I feel like right now she belongs to her father and her mom. Okay. I understand my feelings kamacele saying ukuthi, okay, now I'm done, I've done everything I can. But guys, I think khona view ayameke yasho ukuthi one thing about umndeni wamseleko is that we always say ukuthi umacele is good to usine, but we don't know what happens behind the cameras, because at the end of the day umacele is a stepmom to usine. Even though I'm treated like ingane yakhe, but there are moments where usine will feel this is not my mom. Because if kuyingane yakho, let's say ulokhuzana uabo owenza lento yenziwa usine, umacele can never reach a point where she does that with uabo, for an example. Not that we blame her for doing that umacele, because nayo ukhathele kade zama ukusiza, but that in itself, her saying I'm done now, usuyingane kababakho noma wakho, remember uma wakho oshonile, that in itself, is a shows ukuthi vele I was never your child, vele bewulinda ukuthi ngone, and then because that can feel like that too umntwana. So that's why even yes umacele yena treat her okay, but she must still be feeling that ukuthi again uma wami lona, because vele uyazi ukuthi at the end of the day ngeke ambekezelele the way that her actual biological mother would do. So I guess umacele now has washed her hands. Nobody can really blame her, you guys. But I guess we can move away from this thing yokuthi umacele treats usine like ingane yakhe. No, she treats usine like her stepmother, like, because if she was treating her like ingane yakhe, she would never do that to ingane yakhe. Ingane yakhe, she would make sure ukuthi, because phela if it's her home, it's her home, uzomxosha kuphi, would she xosha ingane yakhe ukuthi ibuyele komalume wakhe? No, she wouldn't do that. So she treats her like a very good she is a very good stepmother to usine, but she is not a mother to usine, and that's a big difference, and that can make you feel different as a child with a stepmother. I think she's tried all she can, but I think I'm moving away from that thing yokuthi umacele acts like umaka Sne. I feel like she acts like a really good stepmother to Sne. So umselekuka I find ukuthi when it comes to parenting he angazi he always goes to imali. You know, he is like he can't deal with issues that have nothing to do with imali, you know. And even a punisher abantwana bakhe is like upunisha ngemali, and then my appreciates ngemali. But anything that has nothing to do with imali, he struggles with it. I think he struggles with emotional dealing with emotional things when it comes to his children, especially Usne, because that's the child that we have seen the most on the show in terms of dealing with emotional issues. I think he struggles with that. If he can't put money on the problem, it's a problem for him. If he can't take away money from from the problem, it's a problem for him. He can't deal with it, and he always stands up and runs away. He always stands up and walks out from the problem without resolving it, and he always leaves the problem with the wives. That's just his MO when it comes to his parenting. If it's a problem, if the children are happy and whatever, and they're asking for money, can if there is a problem, he's gonna walk away at some point, and this is what he does exactly here. He tells us Guti he's not going to be giving her money because apparently he has been giving Usneo imali, I guess as maintenance, because uhlala lapha eMzumbe phela ukuthi athenge ukudla nempahla and all that. Okay, part of me I feel like that's great ukuthi he's doing that, but I do feel like, you guys, he should be giving Usne imali because Usne Vele has been doing the show since season 1. If for anything, for nothing else, it should be to pay her for ilokuzana imali yakhe ukuthi she's doing the show. She's been doing the show since season 1, and now he is saying because he feels like imali uyidla ne-boyfriend yakhe, because Usne doesn't look like she spends money on herself, and it doesn't look like she spends money on the kids. So she feels like she wants to he's not longer gonna give Usne imali. I understand because he's angry. You guys, why are you going to continue to maintain the financially maintain this person that is not moving forward with their lives and keep having babies? And you know, I understand the disappointment. However, when it comes to money, I feel like if you're not going to give her that allowance that you've been giving her, just pay her for the show then. Pay her the money, pay her share of the show. Makumalo was on the live and indicated that they actually get paid in advance, and that means that they've already been paid for season 6. Then they shouldn't be having a matter. She spoke as if by the time they shoot the show they are already paid. So then there must be imali kasne somewhere in somebody's bank account, so they must just give her that money then if they're not going to help her financially. I do feel like as an adult Vele, she's not entitled to be helped by her family, but in this situation it's different because she is working, doing the show, and she's done the show. And by the way, you guys, Usne is the only child that has been an adult kwamselegu ever since the show began. You know, she's always been an adult, so nobody can say ukuthi because she was underage imali yakhe beyiya to someone else. She's always been an adult, so she should have been getting paid to do the show, and especially because they used such a personal story on the show. So I feel like if Umsele is not going to be giving her that allowance, which basically she was entitled to if she wasn't paid for the show, they must just pay her for the show, pay her for the previous seasons, and pay her for this season, and let her spend her money. If she wants to waste it, then waste it. Then we see, then we can just blame her, you know, because maybe Vele, that's what she's gonna do. But that was the conclusion. Mseleko doesn't want to hear anything about Usne at this point, and Macele naye uwashizandla. So I guess that's it for her. That's it for her. But yeah, guys, honestly, Usne is carrying season 6. She is carrying season 6. This episode was about her. The rest of the stuff, it was just, you know. But today we are going to talk about it moving forward, you guys. And yeah, we're going to go talk about it in another video. That's all that I wanted to discuss today, you guys. I can't stop being disappointed that Usne is pregnant. I do feel like it really is just a step back for her. She could have done so much better with just the 2 kids. She already needed help with the 2. So yeah, what are we gonna do? You know, what are we gonna do? This is another Ntando tablet. Anyway, you guys, thank you so much for watching this episode. Please like it before Pumegona. Share it with your friends, with your family, and even with strangers. Nginethanda kakhulu.